name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my partner, co-host, the Big Skipper. What's going on, Skip?
All kinds of shit. I'm fired up, Steve.
Well, you should be, considering that we're doing it on a special day today, Friday,
January 27th, podcast 106.
What was the reason why the podcast didn't get dropped yesterday?
We won't get into that.
Okay, well, we want to make sure that our fans know that we did intend of doing it.
Oh, of course.
Tried, had everything in order to do it.
Absolutely.
And something just came up when somebody got hurt. So, due to drastic circumstances, it didn't get done.
Well, there's a lot of things going on in Vegas right now, Steve. Of course, it's Super Bowl week build-up.
You're talking about a build-up. I don't know what's more build-up. The town for the Super Bowl or somebody that's been teased not shot a nut off in the last 90 days?
That's a big build-up.
Yeah, that's a major build-up, dude.
It's Super Bowl week in Las Vegas. The town is jumping. If you haven't got your tickets to come out to Las Vegas yet, there's still time. There's still a few rooms left in town. There's a lot of parties going on. It's Super Bowl week.
Including ours. Come party with us.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. Even more importantly, Steve, Chick-fil-A is now open in Las Vegas.
Oh, fuck. But they're closed on Sundays, so
Yes,
I don't
they
know.
are.
I mean, I don't know. You'll
Shut down. Shut down like the Patriots shut down the Steelers. Closed on Sundays.
Yeah, they said, fuck it, we're going to close on Sundays. We don't care what the business is or what the repercussion is.
Welcome to Las Vegas. Chick-fil-A opened up yesterday. They had lines down the street, hundreds of cars in line. They had the police, the fire trucks out, just couldn't even block the traffic. People going nuts for the Chick-fil-A.
Well,
I'm a big fan of Chick-fil-A, Steve.
Are you? Oh, I can see how pumped the fuck up. If you have that same intensity at selling deals today, you're going to be fucking lighting up that board like a Christmas tree.
Just for the record,
fuck.
Just for the record, my family and I have been known to drive 2 hours up to St. George, Utah, one way, each direction, just to get a little Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Well, let me tell you what Las Vegas isn't. We're not Utah. We're not Mormon. We're not off on Sunday. So if you're gonna open up in Las Vegas, I'm sure there is. Shout out to all the Mormondos.
A lot of Mormons.
Shout out to Mormon Mingle. Shout out to everything, the Mormon Temple, the Tabernacle, everything you guys got involved. Okay? But understand this. You're in Las Vegas, you're going to need to open on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday's a day where people are looking to grind, looking to make money, especially during football season. Yeah. Overall, Las Vegas, you got to be open on Sunday.
Chick-fil-A will not do that, not even in Vegas. I'm just glad they're here.
Oh, well, congratulations. Look, Chick-fil-A, if you don't give this guy a deal for what he just promoted with you guys right now, then I don't know what.
Chick-fil-A, hey, Chick-fil-A, you want to be a sponsor?
You know what? You better call Josh Pyatt over William Morris, see if he can't get Chick-fil-A on the phone for you, Skip.
Maybe I can get a job with a Chick-fil-A commercial now that they're in town.
Absolutely.
Right?
A commercial?
Yeah.
I mean, how about they're a sponsor?
I'm not looking
Go
for
ahead and throw us 30, 40,000 out. Let us go ahead and give you a promotion like you just did.
I'm not looking for any other jobs. I'm very happy here at VIP, Steve.
However,
if Chick-fil-A, if you want to throw me a quick 50 or 100,000 to talk you up, I'll do it all day long.
I love it.
Love the Chick-fil-A. Welcome to Las Vegas, Chick-fil-A.
Anyway, it's the special Friday edition of the VIP Sports Podcast. Sorry to all our people out there that have us tuned in, that are expecting us to come in on Thursday to make you laugh, talk a little shit. After all, the VIP Sports Podcast, the only reason why we do it is, as you know, our TV show Money Talks on CNBC. Everybody's wanting more. Everybody was wanting to stay in the life of a guy that bets big and lives larger. But more importantly, what we didn't come out with Money Talks was to support the legalization of sports betting.
Absolutely.
So the whole reason why we do this podcast, we'll sit and do this till sports betting is legal everywhere. If Donald Trump's doing his job within 365 days, we should have sports betting at least legal one place besides Vegas on the east and maybe one on the west. If I had to fortune tell it, I'd say California, New Jersey.
Well, I'm going to say there's going to be at least 4 states that have sports betting, in addition to the state of Nevada, of course. There's going to be at least 4 states that have legalized sports betting. I'm going to give it 24 months maximum.
I'll tell you this right now, and you ever pictured this? What about the states like Colorado, California, Nevada? Now that recreational marijuana is in 100% full effect, as you see, the tax breaks and all the money that's coming in, people purchasing marijuana, buying it, taxing it, paying for schools, for roads, saving us tax dollars. Can you imagine when these people in these other states get sports betting and the marijuana together?
Hey, Donald Trump wants to build the infrastructure.
It should lower the taxes for guys like us tremendously.
The new president wants to build the infrastructure in America, and there's nothing wrong with that. I can't see any better way to raise money than to legalize sports betting.
Well, especially because you got to look at it. It's different out here in Las Vegas. We have sports betting parlors in the casinos. Casinos have live sports betting. We have wagers. We have entertainment. It's a modern day circus out here in Las Vegas. You could go to one casino and see Garth Brooks. The next an hour later, you can see Drake. I mean, you got all genres of every race. You can see country, hip hop, rock and roll, heavy metal, all in the same night.
The Chippendales, transvestites.
Oh, that is a fact.
Hookers on the strip.
Transvestite. Shout out to Dave Koken.
Yeah, circus.
Oh, circus. Shout out to Jim Feist.
Pretty much everything.
Oh, my God. Well, at the end of the day, Las Vegas is a great place, but what I'm trying to say is sports betting, like in a parlor, like what we talked about in a 7-Eleven or in a bar where you could just bet $500 a game,
put a kiosk,
nickel, have a kiosk. It should run pretty smooth,
oh, yeah.
And it's not going to be connected to casinos where there's a million other things involved. You come into the hotel, you win money on the sports book, but you see a nice cocktail waitress that you like on the way out. You see a show you might want to step into. You get a little cocktail. You see a Keno machine like the Big Skipper calling your name. There's a million different things that can occupy you in a hotel where you could spend your money before you walk out of those doors versus a kiosk in New York, pull up like buying a loaf of bread, bet your ticket, keep it moving.
Imagine all the businesses that'll go with legalized sports betting in other states.
That's what I mean.
Imagine all the sports bars that'll open up, all the jobs it'll create.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the one thing that you love about, shout out to Gino and Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
One thing you love is the atmosphere of California. If they had the kiosks over there at Gino and Carlos where you could bet a dime a game.
Shit, we'd never leave.
Huh? Yeah, you wouldn't have nowhere to go. Well, you'd complain. You'd need to bet more money. I said a dime a game.
Well, I'd go next door to Golden Boys Pizza, get me a couple slabs.
Yeah.
Hang out Gino and Carlos. Shout out Gino and Carlos.
Let me ask you this.
San Francisco, North Beach, for anyone
I don't want to get too deep into it, but let me ask you this, because you know how we have limits and I have runners and that casinos set limits, bottom fucking line. Anybody knows me in sports betting, and the average Joe gets limits. Like, you have $10,000 right now and you want to bet a hockey game, you're an average Joe. You think you can get that money off?
It's hard to do.
You're at Palace Station, you want to bet $5,000 on a college game.
Palace Station? You'd be lucky to get a nickel in a Palace Station on a hockey game.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah,
so,
you want to get $10,000 on a hockey game, you're going to have to go to William Hill, maybe CG, Cantor Gaming.
So how does it work?
And they won't take the whole thing. You'll have to spread it around.
So how does it work when gambling becomes legal? In other cities and states, you have a kiosk. Do you have to put your driver's license in there so your driver's license number's on there when you make a bet? Who's to say you can't bet 40 different bets at different kiosks? Let's say there's a $500 limit. I'll just bet it 20 times.
I'm sure they'll work out the details.
Well, people will love that. Then we'll start having some degenerates going completely all out.
Well, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
Yeah, then what they do is they put the ComCheck phone in right next to it where you can pull every fucking thing off your credit card. And before you know it, you'll have full-on degenerates in every city and state. Sports betting. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
We're trying to get it passed. We're not trying to give them any ideas why they shouldn't.
No, I just took my mind.
They'll have the ATM machine right next to the cash advance machine right next to the betting kiosk.
Right, I love it. Yeah, get your money and get it in.
And then right next to that'll be the auto title loan guy.
Exactly.
Right?
Auto title, title loan and personal loan.
And then right across the street will be the pawn shop.
Yes, and eventually will be a Goodwill or some type of place they can sleep for free.
Yeah.
A soup kitchen, right?
Sell your clothes.
Yeah, so it's all around.
But before any of that happens to
however, you call Steve Stevens, you got a cell phone.
Exactly.
You call VIPSportsLasVegas.com.
None of that'll happen to you.
We'll show you how to ball until you can't fucking fall, till you, like Skip said, go till you just can't go no more.
Don't pawn your stuff. Don't pawn your jewelry. Don't pawn your wife's ring. Don't take your car title to the car title loan place.
Yeah, especially if you're in New Jersey. Last thing you want to do is lose a couple sports bets and have your girl down there selling puss on the block there to get you an extra nickel.
Don't sell your used clothing, the clothes that don't fit you anymore, to the Goodwill. Before all that happens to you, before you title pawn your car, before you pawn off your jewelry, give us a call here at VIP Sports, and let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and your bookie can pawn your nuts.
Yeah.
That's exactly
We'll
what
have your bookie pawning shit instead of you.
That's a fact. Anyway, Friday, January 27th, 2017, podcast 106, She Sucks.
Dicks.
I love your attitude. God, like any other show, Dan Patrick, Eisen. I mean, we're on the same page, bro. You know what I mean?
It's the money page.
Yeah. Well, you know what page we're on, money page. But no researchers, no
research.
editing,
No editing.
no nothing, just live. Every one of our shows is live. What
Live.
you see is what we get. And actually, we're going to start going live. I think, what is it, March?
I don't know.
We're talking about. I mean, we go live every podcast, but going live where we hire a couple people where people can call in live as they see the podcast, talk a little shit with the Steven and the Big Skipper, see what's on their mind. But make sure your mouthpiece is on point when you call to talk to me.
Right.
Because I'll put you on straight blast.
Right.
You call up trying to play some child games or try to embarrass me, I'll have you looking like a dog that just shit on the floor. Tail between your legs going in circles looking for a place to lay down.
You'll be rolled up in a ball over in a corner like a cat licking himself.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Got a great show for you today. We're back at it. Even though I'm under the weather, experienced one of the worst fucking flus I've ever had. I don't know if Skip brought in his Barbary Coast fucking flu or what, but it's infested in me. It's got in my lungs. It's got in my throat. But I love you people, so I wanted to make sure I did my job.
I call it the Gold Coast crud.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought, okay, well.
Obviously, they haven't
so
changed.
The Gold Coast creeping crud, would that be pretty much fair to say?
Yeah, the Gold Coast crud. If you hang out in that place a little too long, you will come up with all kinds of blockage, sinus blockages. Your eyes will be running.
They still have.
I don't think they've changed the vents in that place for 20 years.
I was just going to say, the
filters.
They still have cigarette smoke from Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis in that motherfucker.
Yes, they
you
do.
Understand?
Yeah.
They still have a part of the building where Elvis fucking shot a nut and sneezed on the motherfucker.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
There's stains and smoke in that place for God knows where they came from.
There's nut stains going back before JFK. But anyway, thanks for bringing that in here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know if it was the deal we sold, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm sick as a dog.
I'm just glad you're feeling a little better. Good enough to do the podcast.
I'll never let my fans down, and more importantly,
I know one thing, it hasn't affected the games this week. I mean, the games have been absolutely on fire. Again, I don't know where you're getting these hockey totals from, but they've been a gold mine.
Well,
the college basketball's been like stealing money.
You're not going. I mean, anyone that says they're hitting 90%, because that's what we were, 9 out of 10 in the hockey totals.
The hockey total's been unbelievable.
College basketball right now, we're at 74%, period. NBA's a little funny. I'm not saying that we're doing bad. We're still at 68%. However, our main focus is in college basketball.
And hockey totals.
To get the job done.
I mean, it's cold as fuck outside. It's windy as hell. It's 48 degrees. It was below freezing at my house last night. Dropped down to about 28 degrees.
Where I'm at in Red Rock is pretty fucking cold as well. But, one thing about it, Skip, we have sponsors. We're creating more sponsors and more sponsors and more sponsors. So we have people that depend on us, and I can't let them down.
The reason I brought the weather up is because your games are so hot, it's warming me up. I'm freezing when I get here.
Would you say hot as fish grease or hot as a pistol?
And then when I come in the office, I warm up to the heat of the games.
Oh, I like your attitude.
Yeah.
But if you had to say how hot the games are, what did you say?
Hotter than fish grease.
Hotter than fish grease? Hotter than the Vegas concrete, Khloe Kardashian's breath at 4 in the morning, or hot as a pistol? Come and stress off Jesse James out in the Wild Wild West.
I'm going to go with the fish grease.
Are you really?
Yes.
That's pretty fucking hot.
That's pretty hot.
You take a pop in the eye, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
You stick your finger in fish grease. Good luck to you.
Yeah, you get pistol whipped by a fucking pistol that just got shot off 9 times.
That's pretty hot, too.
Yeah, might be pretty hot. Anyway, we're kicking ass and taking names. Before we get into the show, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell everybody, VIP Sports, like I said, we're the #1 sports consultants in the world. Our job is to make you money. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm a bookie killer. Okay, I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. You come to Las Vegas, you get in any taxi cab, you get any form of transportation. Who do you see? You see my face. Steve Stevens, Mr. Las Vegas, Mr. Guy that wins more money betting sports than anybody in the world, Mr. Third Generation. Not some fucking guy that claims his name is Vegas something and he's from Hawaii, or a guy that says his name is Vegas Bob and he lives in Indiana. I'm Darren Notero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, 3rd generation, born and raised in Las Vegas.
The Bookie Killer.
Yeah, the Bookie motherfucking killer. So if you're going to have Vegas anywhere in your name, you better be born and raised from this motherfucker.
Or at least live here.
Well, no, you got to be born and raised in here and have a little clout.
Right.
Or some born and raised boys might come see you. So, but at the end of the day, our show is all about the legalization of sports betting and how to make you a better sports bettor and make you a second income and make you a ton of money. Anyway, Skip, you want to tell these people how to get a hold of us, brother?
The easiest way to reach us, if you want to chat, you want to talk about making money betting sports, 877-220-6540. And that's the only way you'll know that you're actually talking to us, because as we've told you before, there's a lot of trolls out there.
Oh, it's finally showing up on, sorry to cut you off, finally showing up on Good Morning America, all these scams. Ladies and gentlemen, beware when NBC Universal, if you work for NBC Universal, sends you an email or a fake Twitter that says you've won a prize and it comes from you. We've been getting fraud and trolled. How many times we've been telling you people about fake Twitter accounts? And we've been getting trolled and frauded for what, 4 years now?
Long enough, too
People
long.
calling people saying they're VIP Sports, using our Twitter, coming up with a Steve Stevens Twitter, the Big Skipper, VIP Sports. Sorry, go ahead.
So the easiest way to get a hold of us and
Make
to know,
sure it's us.
and to know that you're actually talking to us is just pick up your phone and give us a call. 877-220-6540. You could go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have packages on there, different shapes and sizes of packages for all different types of bettors. There's a place in there you can put your phone number in if you want a free pick. But again, the easiest way to get a hold of us is just to give us a call. You can subscribe to this podcast if you like what you're hearing, you want to keep informed. Go ahead and just click the little space on there that says what, Steve? Subscribe, right?
Yep.
Click the subscribe button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. You'll get notified every time there's a new video. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes. Put your comments in. We read them. Sometimes we get a laugh out of them. We shake
What
our
do you
heads.
mean? We respond. We love them. I love it.
That being said, shout out to Collie Brown over there in Northern Ireland. Shout out Collie Brown. Shout out to my man Bibic out there in California. What's up, Bib?
I love it. You got to get it. Is that Bell Biv, a Bell Biv DeVoe? Or?
No, Bibic.
Oh, Bibic.
My boy Bibic in Cali.
Well, he's got our back out there. He's
Oh,
always
absolutely.
gangbanging on the internet for
Collie
us.
Brown got our back over in Ireland. too.
Here's the bottom line. VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have all sorts of different packages for the new bettor, whether you're just getting started and you're 18 in college, all the guys that call Skip, or if you're betting $100,000 a game and you just want to win and you call me, okay? College guy, want to bet $50 a game, call the Big Skipper. You want to bet $100,000 a game, call Big Steve. You can deal with me personally.
That's it.
You want to make sure you deal with us, 877-220-6540.
We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can direct message us at VIP Sports LV.
You know, people's like...
Like you said, we're everywhere. We're in the back of buses. We're in cabs.
They actually-
on the video screens. I mean, we're everywhere.
Taxi
man.
TV. Yeah, they've been busting my balls because, you know, we haven't done nothing on Instagram lately and this, that, and the other. But it's like me and you were talking off air. I'm fucking tired, man. I mean, I'm going to take care of my fans. I'm going to always take care of my brand and build it bigger and bigger and bigger. But as far as taking pictures with my family, eating and going here and going there, and I'm chilling out for a little while. I'll be back. I'll get some good pictures. But I've been just doing the family thing, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day...
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, there's not, but I don't want to show favoritism either because I don't want to put one client on our Instagram because I'd have to say in the last 3 weeks we've seen 50, maybe 55 clients here in town.
At least 40, yeah. A lot.
At least 40?
Yeah.
I'm not
In the
talking,
last 3-4 weeks, yeah.
between me and you combined?
I know I've been bouncing around like a fucking Super Bowl. I know that.
Well, I don't know who was bouncing more around. That pinball on the Kiss fucking pinball machine? Or
Kiss pinball. You ever play that?
Yeah.
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 I used to be a big pinball fan. But
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead.
Lick it up, you know what I mean? Anyway,
I used to like the Comet machine.
the comment?
Comet, the pinball machine.
What was the first-
I actually had one in my house.
What's the first video game you ever
I
played?
loved it so
Skip?
much. I loved it so much. I bought one and put one in my house.
Did you?
Comet pinball.
What was the first game you ever played?
Geez, maybe Space Invaders.
Space Invaders?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
Like
yeah.
Galaga Space Invaders?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, maybe?
Galaxy, Donkey Kong. Played a lot of, Pac-Man.
So you didn't have the Atari?
Yeah.
With the fucking, the ding,
Oh, the little
ding?
paddle?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
because, my brother and you are the same age.
Yeah.
So, and then before that, even I think the Commodore, the computer had...
There was an Atari, there was a Nintendo. I mean, shit, we've had it all.
Anyway, first of all, I want to give a shout out to our military heroes out
Absolutely.
there that are listening around the world to the VIP Sports Podcast on the Armed Force Radio Network. I want to thank you people for keeping our country safe, allowing us to bring you the podcast to 3 million plus people every week, make you laugh, make you excited, but more importantly, make you money. The count of military people we have is in the hundreds now, Skipper. So congratulations and a shout out to all you military people coming aboard and checking us out.
Thank you for your service, and help is always on the way now, my friend.
Hey, you're goddamn right. And as you know, you can check us out on the Armed Force Radio Network Friday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific and on Mondays at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific. Once again, on the Armed Force Radio Network, Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific and on Mondays, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific. We're pleased to bring you VIP Sports Podcast every single week. We want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, Armed Force Radio Network being one of our first sponsors that came aboard, introduced us to millions and millions of people, and for that, we truly appreciate it. I'd like to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Paperhead. For those sharp sports bettors wanting to make more cash, manage your players, and start your business with Paperhead.com. Start making real money with the best sports management software in the business, Skipper. Paperhead is secure, user-friendly, and built with exclusive tools to maximize your profits quickly and easily.
And who doesn't want to maximize their profits, Steve?
Track lines from every professional and college sports league and get access to a 24-hour support staff every day of the year.
And that's very important. 24 hours a day, ready to go.
So if you're like Steve Stevens and you bet big and live larger, or you're like the big Skipper, straightening motherfuckers out, you can become your own boss today with Paperhead.com. Once again, Paperhead.com. Try it for free at Paperhead.com and get your piece of this billion-dollar industry. I got mine. You better get yours.
Oh, I am.
Paperhead.com, we love you. And if you're watching and listening to our podcast, you own a small business, you own a gigantic business, you're an offshore sports book that came to me before, like Bookmaker.com or BetUS or Bovada, people that offered me millions of dollars in the past when I was on CNBC and couldn't take it. You want to give me $100,000 and be a part of the VIP Sports Podcast, and you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can contact our sales team at what, Skip?
Advertising at VIPLasVegas.com. That's advertising at VIPSportsLasVegas.com. Or give us a call, and we'll get you set up with our people.
Let's get into the show.
Oh, my God.
We got a big one for him. We did do a lot of muttering and a lot of stuttering about 20 minutes.
A lot of stuttering, a lot of mumbling, a lot of jibber-jaw.
Oh, but at the end of the day,
a lot of chin music.
Hey, at the end of the day, what we do is very, very helpful and crucial to your bank account and your pocket and your overall status on how you feel every day.
That's right.
If you're losing, listen, not only are you losing, are you down and out losing money, but you're depressed. You might go home and not feel right with your family. Gambling can be a real fucked up thing if you don't know what you're doing. Leave it to an expert to money manage and discipline you and show you the formula for success. Fair enough?
If you spend all day at the office and you're disgusted and pissed off and you're saying to yourself, where did all my efforts today get me? I'm going home. I'm in the same rut. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm managing to pay the bills. I'm taking a vacation here and there. The kids got what they want. The wife has what they want. However, things should be better. I could use a second income. That's when you need to give us a call and let us show you how to make an extra $2,000 a week. Could you make an extra? Could an extra $8,000 a month help?
That's my bottom line. Ladies and gentlemen.
If so, give us a call. That's what he's saying.
We talk a lot of shit. We laugh. We poke fun at celebrities and professional athletes. But at the end of the day, the reason why we do the VIP Sports Podcast is to make you money betting sports. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. Nobody's betting the stock market anymore. Nobody wants 10% in a fucking year. People want to turn $5,000 into $20,000 every fucking week, and that's something I can do for you. People want to take a $3,000 bankroll, bet $1,000 a game, and make $4,000 or $5,000 a week. That's exactly what I can do for you.
Amen.
So, I mean, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, step up a little bit and don't let the players be the only ones to get paid. Because you deserve it. It's a billion-dollar industry, and you deserve your fair share. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Let's get into some TMZ news right off the bat.
TMZ.
Law enforcement sources say 43-year-old Oscar De La Hoya was pulled over for speeding in a Land Rover around 2 in the morning.
No.
Yeah, Skipper, once again, around 2 a.m. during the stop, officers suspected De La Hoya was a little tipsy.
No way. At 2 in the morning, he was probably just going out for some eggs and a jug of milk or something.
See, I was thinking at 2 in the morning, no alcohol, just cocaine.
I don't know.
No? 2 in the morning.
Normally, if you're out driving around at 2 in the morning, you're just going out to get some milk so the kids have their cereal in the morning.
2 in the morning in a Land Rover, Oscar's out looking for hoes, drunk as a motherfucker, a little bit of cocaine in his system, looking to fuck. Once again, TMZ was told Oscar bombed a series of field sobriety tests.
No way.
And was arrested again for DUI. He was cited and released to his manager.
Released to his manager?
Oh,
what are they going to call his mommy?
I was just going to say, and released to your mom.
Released to his mom.
Were you released to your manager?
Oh, that's
nice. So
nice.
fucking sweet. Sure wish they'd fucking release me to Josh Pyatt when I'm out on a fucking ball,
Yeah, exactly.
loaded out of casino, getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Take me and you to fucking jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great point. That's what I'm saying.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
call your mommy for come and pick up your little Oscar.
So yeah, exactly. Oscar's coming in. So
Released to his manager.
Released to his manager.
Get the fuck outta
I thought that was funny too. So what now? Obviously, this is a very embarrassing situation, as you know. The last night, according to TMZ, Oscar was seen at multiple bars in Pasadena. including Barney's Beanery in Old Town Pasadena. Plenty.
He must think the Rose Bowl's still going on. He's still partying from the fucking Rose Bowl.
Oh, he's doing a Rose Bowl. He's powdering his nose all right. More like powder.
This guy's jumping around Pasadena getting all fucked up. So he gets busted one night, gets released to his mommy or his manager, and then he's right back at it the next night.
Skipper, let's keep it
Oh,
100.
I'd say he learned his lesson.
Skipper, let's take it. Listen, okay? Only thing he shouldn't be doing is driving.
Yeah.
Because he party. I mean, you go on 2,
Hey,
3
party
down.
all you want, man.
Oh, hey, yeah, you do your run. So I mean,
pour it on, Oscar.
you don't do the cocaine, but you'll do the 2, 3, 4, 5, start growling, go on a fucking mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the only thing he did wrong here was get in a car. That was the first thing he did. But
Correct.
looks like Oscar's partying again. Everybody knows Oscar struggled with substance abuse for years. He's been to rehab for alcohol and drug issues in the past. And, he's very, very embarrassed over the situation. This has cost Oscar De La Hoya and his promotion company millions and millions of dollars, cost his business partner to leave, and it cost him to where Floyd Money Mayweather Productions is now the biggest boxing promotion company in the business. So shout out to cocaine and alcohol for fucking up your whole business, huh, De La Hoya? What do you think's more embarrassing for him? This DUI, driving around, have everybody seeing you drunk on cocaine, going to jail, getting released to your mommy? Or him on cocaine with the prostitute dressing up in fucking dragnet fucking sweaters
None of it's any fucking
and knits
good.
and the whole 9 yards.
It's a bad situation.
Yeah, but when he was putting the prostitute's fucking tights on and her underwear and dressing up in her outfits and her high heels and cross-dressing, I think you don't know which one was more embarrassed. Would you rather be caught in a room with a prostitute on cocaine with a dildo up your ass, cross-dressing in knits, or just a normal DUI out in the town of Pasadena?
Obvious. That's obvious. Just a normal DUI.
So he's,
Just a normal DUI.
just another DUI,
Just
another day.
DUI.
One thing that you have to learn as a superstar or a celebrity with money, or if you have no money at all, you can cut deals with Uber and Lyft for like $100, and they'll take you everywhere. They've made it affordable for the average Joe.
How do you not have a driver?
Well, and not to mention, I'm worried about you guys out there, but I'm more worried about you, me, and my family, and you motherfuckers killing us. So get lifts, get drunk. De La Hoya, with all your money, what the fuck? Well, I know why. He got drunk. He jumped in his own car. He's looking for some cocaine and some hoes. Your manager, you can't go tell your manager or your wife or your buddies that, I'll be right back. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm looking for some cocaine.
Yeah, but you can tell your driver that. You can pay your driver enough money to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, no, not when you go through rehabs and parents know your drivers and your manager knows your driver and your whole entourage knows that you have substance abuse problems. It goes back to like Scott Weiland from Stone Temple. He got caught down here before, R.I.P., he got caught down here in Naked City scoring heroin. Put a beanie on, got in a cab, went and scored it himself, so no one around him knew. When you get deep into the dope, Skip, sometimes you go where you don't want nobody knowing anybody.
Yeah, you stay in the closet.
So we know why he jumped in the car. He was a little bit drunk. He was doing his thing. He got caught. Shout out to De La Hoya. Keep partying. Have somebody drive. Do cocaine till you die. Julio Cesar Chavez does it, but he has a driver. You got to keep it a little bit more Mexican mafia and G'd up. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
NBA, as we know, the Cleveland Cavaliers lost again Wednesday night against the Sacramento Kings. 116-112 in overtime.
Embarrassing.
Straight embarrassing. The worst covering team against the spread I've ever seen in my fucking life.
2-10 against the spread their last 12 games, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
When you got, ladies and gentlemen,
2-10 against the spread their last 12 games.
You can talk about LeBron being one of the best players in the league. You can talk about them being the world champions. I don't want to hear a fucking thing about them when it comes down to betting sports and stats and basketball. Because you bet against Cleveland Cavaliers and you make a lot of motherfucking money.
You do, yes.
Period. And at the end of the season,
That's not the first time we
told
you that.
And at the end of the season, what would you rather have? A big ass bank account and your LA Lakers lose, or a little bank account and your home team win?
I'd like a big bank account.
All day long, brother.
You try to pick a spot with the Cleveland Cavaliers when you think they're going to just annihilate somebody, and it backfires right in your face.
This is why me and Skip are bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody thinks because of LeBron and the team, they bet him against the spread. The lines on Cleveland have been fucked up from day one. The odds makers still can't get it right. And not only can the odds makers get it right, but the public's too fucking stupid to take advantage of it. Why aren't you going against Cleveland every fucking game against the spread?
Well, at this point, you'd be really fucking, you'd have a huge bankroll. You'd be rolling in the funds.
But they look at Cleveland, they look at his triple doubles, they look at LeBron James. Cleveland's 2-6 in their last 8 games, Skip.
Yeah, and 2-10 their last 12 against the spread.
So, I mean, LeBron...
Yeah, you know what else they're doing? They're giving up a lot of points. 7 out of their last 10 games have gone over the total.
There's no intent...
all the Cleveland games are dogs and over. 15 out of the last 16 games they've played, they've given up over 100 points, Steve. You know what that says? Obviously, they're not playing any defense.
Mine shows that they don't give a fuck. Their team is not composed. They're nowhere near their championship form.
No,
not
even close.
And do I see them getting out of the East as of right now? I don't know, man.
I don't listen. When push comes to shove and the chips fall,
They'll be there.
Come down. I mean, obviously they'll be there. They'll tighten up their defense in,
Yeah, but
in
hold
the
on.
postseason.
Skip, we're not that many games into the year, brother. To be acting like...
Well, we're almost at the All-Star break.
Well, I mean, so barely halfway through the season. For you to saying that players are lag and they don't have to win right now, straight bullshit.
They obviously don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, they need...
When you're giving up 100 points in 15 out of your last 16 games...
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
You got LeBron. Look, you got LeBron showing, sending out tweets saying we're not better than last year's team from a personal standpoint. James said we're a top-heavy team. I just hope we're not satisfied as an organization. What are your thoughts about what LeBron's saying? Exactly.
Well,
I agree.
Complacency. One thing about complacency, folks, you need to avoid it at all costs because it is worse than death. Complacency is worse than death.
Can't be comfortable.
It will kill you.
You can't get comfortable at what you do, whether you're the president of the United States, if you're the CEO of Exxon. You got to stay motivated. You got to stay up. You got to keep your swagger up. You got to stay inspired. You can't keep repetitive and doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
They seem very lazy, and they're not playing defense, and they're not covering games, and it's an absolute disgrace.
This is one thing that I do like about LeBron, though. Any superstar, and I just told you guys this, you always have to reinvent yourself. Rather than LeBron get down and out, you know what he does? He looks in the mirror and says, we're not as good as we were last year at this point. Let's get better. What can we do? How can we fix it? What can we do about it? And I don't see him doing anything about it, but by looking at his tweets, at least he knows how to fire up the team, and at least his head is on the right way, knowing that, yeah, you're playing like shit. You don't look like last year's team. Fix it. But what I do see in LeBron is a true champion and a true all-star. And I can give that advice to you guys out there that are living a day-to-day sales job or a day-to-day job in period that's repetitive, and you see the same people over and over. Reinvent yourself. Always stay positive. Maybe change your outfit up a little bit every now and then. Maybe change a hairstyle. Buy some different style of sunglasses. Do something to reinvent yourself to make it to where you're not the same old person. You're not too comfortable. Change is good. Remember that. It'll take you a long way in life. But I agree with LeBron James. They got to get better. As of right now, they look like shit. When push comes to shove, who can really pound them out in the East right now, Skip?
Well, they'll be there.
So, the Knicks attempted to engage the Cavaliers in Carmelo Anthony for Kevin Love trade talks in advance of the league's February 23rd trade deadline.
Yeah, good luck.
Can you do that laugh one more time? Carmelo. Like I said.
Carmelo for Kevin Love, no thanks.
No, thank you. There's not a fucking thing.
That's what they said. No thanks.
It was actually, when your cell phone rings and you push it on over to don't accept?
Yeah.
Yeah, they declined his phone call.
Yeah, declined.
Yeah, we put you on hold. We sent you right to voicemail. You know what I mean?
You know me, Steve. I'm not a huge NBA fan. However, Kevin Love is my favorite player. I love Kevin Love. He's a beast.
Okay, well, I like Carmelo Anthony. There's just not a fucking thing he can do for Cleveland to help them out in any way, shape, or form.
No good. I'll keep Kevin Love.
Period. So, would you do the deal if you were the Cavs?
No.
Not no, but...
Fuck no.
No, absolutely not. It's a terrible deal for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You don't want to take any guy like that on that's old like that. You need to have a motivated guy. If you're looking to get anybody to join the Cleveland Cavaliers, you better go out there and push, shove, and do what it takes to get motherfucking James Harden. Mm-hmm. That's the type of guy that'll bring fucking superstar life to your team. You need a young guy with ambition, a young stud that has excitement behind him, a young guy that'll get the fucking job done. You know what I mean, Skip? Guy that goes out there and plays hard. Guy that gives 110%. Not a guy that has lower back pain for fucking all day long and needs days off every 4 or 5 days.
That's not going to work.
No, I don't need a guy like that on my team at all. You know what I mean?
I do.
Although you are hurt a lot.
Me?
Yeah. You've had a lot of aches and moans. You were just breathing in my ear earlier in the podcast.
What are you talking about?
Sounded like a fucking cheetah that just chased down a fucking deer and ate it.
I'm fucking
You were panting.
I'm
I don't know
panting.
who was panting harder. A pack of lions chasing a motherfucking a deer in the wilderness to eat it? Or you coming in right before the podcast?
Well, the reason why I'm panting is because what you told me before the
Oh,
podcast.
the games?
Yeah, no, your ACC conference game of the year goes tomorrow. this would be a perfect time to bring that up, by the way. People,
Actually, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Right.
ACC Conference Game of the Year is going tomorrow in college basketball. He's making the single largest wager that he's making on any ACC Conference game the entire year in college basketball goes tomorrow, this Saturday. Give me a call, and I can tell you about it.
I love it.
That's why I'm panting.
You know, and that's the God's honest truth. I'm betting a six-figure game. We're betting the game of the year this year. We're unloading a lot of money, and I don't want to be the only one carrying a bag of fucking money out of the sports books this week. Like I said, it's a billion-dollar industry, and you deserve your fair share.
ACC Conference Game of the Year this Saturday. Give me a call, and I'll get the game for you. 877-220-6540. Back to what you were saying.
Before we move on, I just wanted to ask you, is the Cavs-Golden State rivalry a compelling rivalry anymore?
No.
I didn't think so either. You just hit it on the head. No sense even going into that. Why, though?
Fuck them.
Can you compare it to, like, the Lakers-Celtics?
It's kind of like watching the Patriots.
Can you compare it to, like, Lakers-Celtics?
Hell no.
Not even fucking
Larry
close,
Bird,
right?
Magic Johnson? Fuck no.
What's the difference, though?
Those were the days, man.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into it.
You're not into it.
I'm not into it.
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of fucking
So you would-
LeBron James. I'm sick and tired of Steph Curry. I mean, show me something new. I mean, Tom Brady in the fucking Super Bowl every year. I mean, come on, bro.
Okay, so you're saying that, you know...
Show me something else.
What was it back then that got you more excited? The tradition of the players, the way they
I was
were?
just into the NBA more when I was a younger guy.
Okay, so that's all that is?
I like old school NBA over the new school.
Okay. Well, I think it's because the championship teams, yeah, they match up, but they don't match up too good. You do have the two best players in the league with Curry and LeBron James. People love to see it. It's always going to sell. I think the two teams matched up compared to someone like the Celtics, Lakers. No. Those two teams matched up in every position very well back in the day. They were evenly matched.
Those were battles.
They ran plays. They matched up. They weren't running a million miles an hour up and down. I don't know, man. They were just rivalry games for me back then. Maybe because I was young, it was more a tradition, and I looked
Yeah,
up
I was
to
into
them
the NBA
more as superstars and all-stars.
Right.
Now that I'm an adult, and some of them are friends and people that we know. So who fucking knows? Speaking of the Lakers versus the Celtics, old rivalry, guy used to do the pregame, halftime, and posttime show. CBS is back in the day. This is a story that.
Oh, boy.
This is a story right here, like, I don't even know how to get into it because it's never happening. Skip, go ahead and break this story down, would you?
Well, the longtime sports broadcaster, Steve, Mr. Brent Musburger, is going to call his final game for ESPN at the end of this month.
Shout out to Brett. Long career, kicked ass, loved his voice.
Congratulations.
That guy's seen more sweaty locker rooms than prostitutes. And I tell you what, he's been around the world several different times.
According to a statement from the network, the 77-year-old, his last event is going to be the Georgia-Kentucky men's basketball game on the 31st of January. It's going to take him back to Rupp Arena, where he called the Villanova's historic NCAA championship upset over Georgetown back in 1985 when I was in high school. And, yeah, I remember that.
I was 10.
Yeah, well, being from Philly and Villanova upset Georgetown 1985. I was a junior in high school. Yeah, I remember that very well.
Okay, well, it was said.
It's being said that Musburger is retiring mid-season for this reason. He needs to help his family members who are starting a sport. I can't even say it without laughing. He's going to help his family members start a sports handicapping business in Las Vegas.
This has to be an absolute fucking joke, right?
I mean, is it a joke?
Well, from what the reports say, that he's dead fucking serious.
His family wants their website up and running before March Madness starts. So he's going to go ahead and retire now. His days of sports broadcasting are over, and he's getting into the sports handicapping business.
Brett,
well, if money talks, we got a whole lot to say about this.
Oh, my fucking God. Let me explain something to you. First of all, I don't know if it's his grandson, his son,
his nephew,
or whoever this motherfucker is. He obviously watched too many episodes of Money Talks.
Obviously.
That is a fucking fact. Listen, get in line, kid, okay? Haven't you not seen Twitter? Have you not been to the fucking internet? There's hundreds of thousands of people that want to be handicappers, that want to be Steve Stevens, that want to do what we do. Brett Musburger, if we want to ask information on how it felt or the odds of JFK getting shot or something, I mean, what the fuck?
Listen, if I want to know what the locker room smelled like at the Rose Bowl in 1971, Yeah, then I'll ask Brent Messbarger.
Let me explain something
are you
to you.
kidding me? This town is, Steve, this town is full of 70-plus-year-old men that think they know how to win at sports.
Oh, my
okay?
fucking
The
God.
last thing we need is another 80-year-old man in town with a Kango hat on, walking around smoking a cigar thinking he knows what's up with sports.
That's the only reason why.
Whoever is fucking telling him to do this. Listen, Brett, let me talk to you for a second. I don't know if it's your nephew, like Steve said, your grandson. I don't know if it's one of your kids.
They've been watching too much Money Talks.
Whoever is watching us and wants to portray us, this game's already been taken. It's been taken over by me and Steve. And it has been for a long time.
There's millions of people that have their games on Twitter and have websites.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Whoever is telling you to do this and to get into this business, tie your shoes and run like hell, Brett. All they're trying to do
is take that old motherfucker for some money.
They're trying to use your old ass name and your old ass musty money, and they're trying to make it work for them in a sports betting business. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say about sports betting.
Well, let me break this down to you. I'm the guy that's fourth generation, born and raised in Las Vegas. In order to run a room like us, it's all about telemarketing. You have to have a telemarketing room. You have to have about 10 to 30 salesmen to get started. Right. You got to get licensed and bonded with the state of Nevada. That costs about $200,000, so that cuts 90% of the people out of it. Now, Grandpa Brent, he might have $250,000 to put for a license, this, that, and the other. So then what you got to do is you have to hire 10, 15 salesmen that know how to sell sports, which is the hardest sell in the world, number one. Number two, you have to create leads, which means you would have to get a television show, you would have to invest YouTube, you would have to do this, you would have to have connections with offshore sports books, you would have to have a connection with everybody in the world like I do, who I've already monopolized and put out of business. Okay? So understand this. They're not getting a telemarketing room in Las Vegas. They're not opening a sports consultant room with 20 salesmen. They're not getting a TV show. They're not going to create any leads. Your name doesn't mean a motherfucking thing. If we want to know what Jackie Gleason's farts smelled like, we'll fucking ask it. Okay? But as far as taking over, being born and raised in Las Vegas, work with the guys that make the lines in Las Vegas, have a 30-man telemarketing room selling outbound leads, writing $250,000 in business, dealing with the players, coaches, CEOs, listen, you can win and call every game in the fucking world. When it comes down to winning games against the spread, you don't have a fucking clue what you're doing. And do not invest $1 in what these fucking kids are telling you, because all they're trying to do is take you down for money. Yeah. Your name doesn't mean shit. And you would have to go on Fox and have a sports consulting show talking about how good your plays are in order to create names.
Maybe to get leads. And that doesn't mean that you're going to know how to win.
And even if you do, you won't get any name.
I've seen people come and go in this industry, Brent. You're making a real bad decision. I've seen guys that are actual lines makers in the industry that set lines on games and are very good at setting lines, but can't win a game against the spread to save their own lives.
It's all about winning games. Like I said, there's 1 million people in this world, hundreds of thousands of people on the internet. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody's a handicapper. Everybody's 90%. Everybody is a wannabe me. Everybody, in order for someone to imitate success, someone has to be successful, which is fine. To all my competitors out there, give me a hug and a kiss, would you? I love you guys, man. Feel the pain. Feel it. Feel it. I love you guys, man. Bottom of my heart. But like I said, man, don't try to imitate me. Don't try to be me. Don't try to fraudulently make a fake account and this, that, and the other. Bottom line is, you can have all the winning games in the world. If you have no one to give them to, your games don't mean shit. You can have all the opposite side of that.
And even if they're lucky to find clients, okay, which I don't think they will.
First of all,
I know they will. That doesn't mean you're going to know how to win just because you've been around since Noah's Ark, fucking broadcasting games for 3 different networks. That doesn't mean that you know who's going to win against the spread. This is a whole different ball game.
Let me just tell you, you'll never open a service. No one will never know who the fuck you are. You're better off telling people you're going to retire to get a website and let your grandsons milk you out of some fucking money. Yeah. Because advertising is dead. You can't even spend $1 million in advertising. This year you spent $1 million in advertising, you'd be lucky to get back $250,000. Why do you think it's R.I.P. Wayne Root? R.I.P. Jim Feist. R.I.P. all these guys that used to be the big touts in Las Vegas. No, what they used to be is world-class marketers. You used to work for them, right, Skip? You used to be able to advertise a couple million and get $10 million in return.
Amen, bro.
That's why they went out of business. Now you have to win, number one. Number two, you're not from Vegas, so you're not going to be able to open a phone room, run ads in the paper, get guys that know how to sell sports to work for you. Number two, if a guy did show up that wanted to work for you, you don't have a script, you don't have a pitch, and you couldn't sell a fucking deal to save your fucking life. Number 3, you couldn't train anybody on how to sell a sports deal or how to obtain $250 selling air to save your life. So stop giving sports consultant a bad name. It's one of the hardest sales in the world, and there's only certain people that can do it. There's a big difference between a telephone tough guy and a guy on Twitter that says he's a handicapper or a guy that bets on sports versus a guy that has a 30-man room that sells hundreds of deals a week and does hundreds of thousands of dollars a week in business.
And can actually win.
Save the bullshit for someone else.
If I want to know what Marv Albert looks like in his girly pants,
we'll call you,
then
Brent.
I'll get a hold of you, Brent.
Definitely.
Okay?
I mean,
what, Steve, what's next? Vin Scully's going to start a service?
I have no idea. I mean,
are you serious?
All right, they might as well bring back. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous.
Listen, fade away into the sunset. You had a brilliant broadcasting career.
Don't embarrass
You're
yourself.
worth a few $1 million. Congratulations on a great career. But listen, this game's already been taken over, and it's being run by the best in the business.
You're better off calling me, using that money, and betting sports with me. I'll make you more money than you do announcing.
Absolutely.
Anyway, my sleeper in the Super Bowl, last time I checked, was Atlanta, who is now facing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Skip.
Absolutely. An early 40-1 favorite if you bet the Atlanta Falcons. Some places you could have even got a higher number than that.
Go back to the beginning of the podcast.
Go back to August, in the beginning of the NFL season, when Steve picked his 2 teams to be there at the end. He picked 2 teams in the NFC. He said, watch out for either the Vikings, who lost their quarterback, so you can't hold that against them. Was a very good team until they lost their quarterback.
They fell apart either way. But my number 2 was Atlanta.
And the other team was Atlanta.
And they're in the Super Bowl.
And sure enough, there they are in the Super Bowl.
So if you hedge that 40-1 odds, like I told you too early, you can go back and hedge that Super Bowl. Looks like I made you, what, 50,000, 40,000?
Well, it says CG Technology, which is Kuntner Gaming, where Steve isn't even allowed to place a bet. They said that they took a $5,000 bet at 40-1 on the Falcons in the beginning of the season. That ticket will pay $200,000 if it wins. However, they want the Falcons to win because they said they're going to make well over $1 million even after they take that $200,000 out on all the future bets if the Falcons win.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah, because so many people bet the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
Correct.
Hell, they were favored.
Everybody in the world.
The last thing the sportsbook wants to see is the Patriots win this game.
Patriots and the over would kill the books. Once again.
Yeah, absolutely. The Patriots are, the books are rooting for the Falcons, no doubt about it.
We both know that. So we took a $5,000 bet, they said, at 40-1 on the Falcons to win the Super Bowl. Vice President Jason Simbal said the ticket would net $200,000. And we would still almost make, what, $1 million on the Falcons?
They said they'd make well over $1 million if the Falcons wins on all. When the Falcons win, they'll make over $1 million on all their future bets, even after they take the $200,000 out.
So the sportsbooks want ATL to win all day long.
All day.
And so does Steve Stevens, because I got a lot of money coming when they come in.
The line on the game is New England -3. The total is 59 right now. The money line on the game, which means just win without any point spread, you got to lay 160 for every 100 you want to win if you want New England. And if you put 100 on the Falcons just to win outright, you'll get plus 140 right now.
That's pretty serious.
It's definitely not 40-1.
Both championship games, by the way, Skip, the favorite and the over both came in.
Yes, and the books got crushed again.
They got fucking absolutely murdered.
They got murdered on that Green Bay Atlanta over. They got annihilated on that, and they got annihilated on the Patriots and over.
Because the favorite plays it. A good friend of ours that came into town, it was birthday yesterday.
Ricky,
shout out to Slick Rick in the motherfucking house.
Happy birthday, Ricky.
Ex-pitcher for, who do you say, Milwaukee Brewers?
I'm not sure.
We won't get too deep. We don't want Bellamy or Sperry fucking Googling him.
Trying to look him up.
We don't want Bill Fritz trying to fucking Google him and find his name, you know? You know what we need to do next week? For all because, guys, like I said, we love you to death. You call our company. We've got no problem making you money. We do have a problem with you calling our company, signing up for a week of service. We make you thousands of dollars and you run it. So maybe next week we should hand out a few names of people that called our service that we made thousands of dollars for and give our trolls the name and number.
Oh, we'll call it.
It's the whole reason why they listen to our podcast anyway, to see who comments.
We'll call it Love Your Troll segment.
Let's do a Love Your Troll segment next week. We'll give out about 6 or 7 names and phone numbers to some clients that you guys can call and try to the fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Guys that came on board signed up for $250 for a couple days to get to know us.
Made $5,000.
Went 4-0 or 3-1.
6-1.
Yeah, and decided to disconnect their phone numbers and just run like track stars.
Get the girl, grab the money, and run.
If you call us and you decide to come on board and you start working with us for a couple days and we take you 3-0 or 4-1, we make you a couple $1,000, and then you decide you're just going to disappear, don't even bother calling.
Right.
Who in their right mind does something like that?
Call our company to make money. Don't bet on your own. Don't fuck the money off to pay your bills or to buy your girlfriend a ring.
That's what happens.
It takes money to make money. Let us fucking keep building up your bankroll, building it, till you get to the point where you're on a level where you can't be beat. Start off betting $300 a game. Get to a nickel. Get to 1,000. Get to 5,000. Then you get up to 10, 20, 50,000.
Progressive money management's
and
the
you
only
go
way you're going to
fucking
get there.
berserk. That's how it is.
If you're looking for a lottery ticket, if you're looking for some kind of get-rich-quick scheme, then we're not for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you call us, you pay a couple $100, you win 3 games in a row, you make $4,000, and then what happens is they trick that money off, like you said. They turn around and start betting the games on their own because they're feeling froggy again.
Because their bank
because
account
they
is
got
big.
a little bankroll,
Right.
and they say, hey, listen, I'm not going to pay Skip anymore. Shit,
We give him that
he already
Steve
made me
Stevens-
$6,000.
We give you that winning swagger, and
Yeah.
then you don't know how to act.
You turn around, you blow the money within a week at the most, betting games on your own, and then you call me back with your tail between your legs when you're busted again.
Yeah, I don't
Come
get
on,
it.
guys, snap out of it.
Anyway, listen, we have another podcast to do before the Super Bowl, so let's not get into the bowl too much. But I will say this, as of right now, the Super Bowl this year has the highest total ever
59.
in sportsbook history, with a 59 total. What's your opinion on that?
Boy, I'd rather not say.
Okay. Well, why is the total so high?
Well, because you got the number 1 offense playing, Atlanta.
You got number 1
and,
defense too, don't you?
The number, 4 offense, New England?
Well, what about the number 1 defense out there?
Well, on paper, New England's the number 1 defense. On paper.
Okay. Isn't Atlanta okay, or are they?
Well, like I said, we'll talk. Well, you just said we'll talk about it next week.
All right, I just wanted to see.
I don't
want
want to give them too much on the Super Bowl right
Let's
now.
get into college basketball, considering that's where we're making all our fucking money.
Okay.
All right. Number 4, Kentucky. Number 2, Kansas. And number 1, Villanova all went down on fucking Tuesday.
Yes, they did.
I'm talking all the way down.
They went down like one of the Kardashians.
Oh, big time.
Down on their knees.
Down on their knees,
Yeah.
tied up and gagged with a dick in their mouth.
Oh, boy.
Villanova, the number 1 team in the AP poll, was taken down 74-72. Close game. It was a nail-biter at Marquette, a team the Wildcats led by 30 in a rout only 17 days earlier. So basically they played 17 days earlier, up by 30, and you lose to them outright. Unacceptable.
Well, Marquette won in a very close game. It was a hell of a game. I actually watched that game. Villanova missed a layup right at the end of the game to put it into overtime.
They beat themselves. That's all.
Marquette 11-1 at home. I mean, you got to give them some credit. They're 14-6 overall, but the fact is they're 11-1 at home. Very tough place to go into and win. Villanova gave it a hell of a run. They are the best team in the country, and they missed, like I said, they missed a layup at the end of that game. Could have went to overtime.
Well, it is what it is. Kansas, the number 1 team in the coaches poll, was beat down at West Virginia, 85-69. We said be careful betting on Kansas. How many times have we said that, Skip?
We've said that a lot. As a matter of fact, Kansas, Steve, they're 18-2 straight up in the 20 games they played. However, they've only covered 6 games all year.
Another Cleveland Cavaliers story,
Another
guys.
Cleveland Cavaliers
A great team that you love to watch, but
Right.
doesn't cover the spread for nothing.
6-12 against the spread, Kansas.
You want to go broke? Bet Cleveland and Kansas every fucking
Oh,
week.
you will grow both. Let me say one thing about that game that a lot of people probably don't know. West Virginia's coach, Bobby Huggins, they call him Huggy Bear.
Yep.
Right? Huggy Bear.
Yep.
He's got a clause in his contract, Steve, that's it's not very public. I mean, it's out there if you know about it. Most people don't. He's got a clause in his contract that says he gets an additional $25,000 every time he beats Kansas.
Oh, that's just a motivational tool.
Now, if that ain't some sick gangster shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
now,
doubt.
now gambling's illegal in every state but Nevada, right?
Oh, yeah.
However, you can put a clause in a college coach's contract that says if you beat Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks, we'll give you an extra $25,000.
Team spirit, baby.
You think the athletic director over there is betting on fucking West Virginia when they play Kansas?
When you mark up, when you
Well,
match
I
up
know
against
I had a
these
lot of
motherfuckers-
money on West Virginia the other day.
That's a fact.
Guess what? Huggy Bears beat them 4 times in a row for the price of $100,000. He's beat them 4 times in a row.
Yeah,
He's
hey.
got a clause in his contract that says if you beat Kansas and Bill Self, you'll get an extra $25,000.
And
well,
done it.
guess who he's beat 4 times in a row?
Yeah, and got
Kansas.
paid. Yeah,
They should put a clause in this motherfucker's contract that says we'll give you an extra $25,000 every game you win.
Yeah, you gotta mark that up to 100,000 because you just gotta bet big and live large.
Is that some sick shit or what?
Yeah, I love it.
That's crazy.
Well, that's
the kind. Hey, people.
You talk about dangle the carrot in front of the motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the kind of shit you need to know. If you didn't know what I just told you, you need to be working with me. 877-220-6540. Give us a call. This is the kind of shit we know about that you probably didn't.
That's a fact. Kentucky, the number 4 team in both polls and picked by everyone to win the SEC conference, was beaten 82-80 in another nail-biter by a 10-9 Tennessee team.
Yeah, in Tennessee. I mean,
Skip, Tennessee's been paying us a lot of money against the spread, bro.
we've made some money on the Volunteers. We voluntarily have made some money on
Yeah,
Tennessee.
they voluntarily have paid us a lot of fucking money.
Now, you want to talk about a team that's falling apart against the spread? Here's another one, Kentucky. If you're betting these big teams, you're not getting paid. I mean, Villanova, the number 1 team in the country, Steve, they're 11-8 against the spread.
Correct.
Okay, that's not really making you any money. 11-8. What are you up? What are you up? 1.5 units after you take out the juice?
Yeah.
They're not making any money. If you're betting Kansas, you're 6-12 against the spread. You're getting destroyed. If you're betting Kentucky, the last 5 games they've covered 1.
So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, in Brent Musburger, just because you can call a game and you can find out who's going to win in a nail-biter doesn't have a fucking thing against the spread. You can know who played in 1954. You can know what the smell of his socks and asshole was on the 76 championship team. It means nothing against the spread today.
Correct. Kentucky 4-4 against the spread in conference play, Steve, in 8 games. 4-4. So they're batting .500 against the spread if you bet on that.
So the tradition over the last 5 years and what has happened goes all out the door because none of it means nothing.
Yeah, and in the last 5 games they played, the last 5 conference games, they've covered 1 game. So if you're betting Kentucky, you're losing
Do
your
you
ass.
want to be broke? Do you want to be fucking sleeping in 1-bedroom apartment?
Bet
like
the top 5
competitors?
teams.
Bet the top 5 teams.
Yeah, you'll go broke.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Georgia Tech upsets number 6 Florida State by 22 points, 78-56. Number 8 UCLA falls to USC 84-76.
Yep.
USC was +7 and the total was 170.
Right on the number, 8-point win, huh? Yeah. Funny how that happens. Now, speaking of college basketball, just one last time, I have to let you know again. Tomorrow, this Saturday, Steve's ACC Conference Game of the Year will tip off. It's the single largest wager that Steve is going to make in the ACC this entire college basketball season. Give us a call at 877-220-6540, and I'll make sure that you get to the winner's circle with us this weekend on his ACC Conference Game of the Year.
That's a fact. And like I said, it's a billion-dollar industry. Everybody deserves their fair share. Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. I can tell you that right now. Just know this. There's a lot of college marquee matchups going on between now and Sunday. Make sure you call my company. No matter what type of size player you are, no matter what you are, small, big, or tall, I can help you. I can help you build a second income, and I can take your bank account through the roof. I don't want to get into too much about NBA, Skip. I just want to go over a couple games. You got Houston, -6 against the 76ers with a 220 total. Philly has won 10 out of the last 13 games.
Wow, that young Sixers team is on fire.
Well, you looked at me like I was crazy, like it didn't happen. But, yeah, they've won 10 out of their last 13.
On fire.
They're El Scorcho when it comes to NBA
nice
right
dog
now.
play. The Sixers have been a real nice dog play.
I'm just saying, Houston -6, 76ers 220. On the other side of the token, people might know they won 10 out of 13, think that they're hot, think Houston -6 isn't that big of a line, and you might get your doors blown down by 30.
Yeah, to guess is cheap. If you guess wrong, it's expensive.
You got Charlotte taking on the New York Knicks. Charlotte -1 with a 211. Knicks are 14-18. I mean, what? Knicks are fucking terrible, dude.
Yes, they are.
14-18 since Christmas?
That's horrendous.
You talk about a terrible fucking New Year and a terrible
The
way
Big
to end.
Apple's not going to stand for play like this.
No, their apples are rotten.
Yeah.
You talk about the rotten apple, you must be talking about the New York Knicks, huh?
And your boy Phil Jackson, what a disgrace.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that last week.
Yeah, we
Time
did.
to retire your face. Time to move on and let somebody else take over.
See you later, mustache.
Orlando against Boston. Boston Celtics are -8. Total on that is 215. That game could go either way as well. Orlando at home has beat them 11 times on the road. I don't know. Brooklyn.
11 times they've won that game on the road, Steve.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're playing in Boston. So
That's a trend.
you talk about that. You're goddamn right. This is even better. Brooklyn against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, boy. We've already talked about the Cavs.
Well, the Cavs only what? Well, I mean,
They're disgusting.
they've lost 6 of 8.
Horrible.
Playing like shit right now. Should be completely embarrassed. I know LeBron James is. Then you got the Brooklyn, who I think have only had 2 road wins all season long.
How can you back either one of those teams?
So you got tonight.
You got Cleveland that's 2-10 against the spread, and then those numbers you mentioned about Brooklyn.
But then you'll have every sports bettor in the world betting Cleveland today because Brooklyn's that terrible.
Unless they just listen to us.
Yeah. And then in that case, who knows what the fucking case is. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's all I wanted to say as far as NBA. There's a couple good games out there that we really need to focus in on.
Right.
And I want to make sure. Speaking of NBA, you want to talk about the Steve Kerr and get up out of here?
Steve Kerr thinks that Steph Curry may be more popular with kids than Michael Jordan.
Is this guy out of his fucking mind?
Listen, Steve Kerr. I don't know. Right side, my son's a big Curry fan, so maybe he's right.
Well, it's just a matter of if more kids are into basketball now than ever, which is probably true because Michael Jordan made that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan brought people to watch basketball that never did before. Just like Tiger Woods brought brothers to watching golf and showed people that brothers can play golf and be the best in the world. He attracted people to the sport that never would have played golf and made it a sport 10 times as big as it was before. So, I mean, could that statement be true? Possibly. I think there's more fans of basketball now than there has been before.
I don't know. I think Kerr's. I kind of agree with what he's saying. I mean, Kerr.
Do you ever compare a fucking Steph Curry to a Michael Jordan? Not no, but hell motherfucking no. Steph Curry's a sharpshooter. He's a beast. He's never going to go down on a brand like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's brand with the way he played, the way he put his heart into it, the way he was a role model, the way he wore suits, the reason why he fought his players in practice because he went all in, the reason why he played with the flu and passed out on the sideline. Steph Curry had the flu and his back was sore from fucking his bitch for too long. He'd take 3 days off.
Amen.
So, yeah, no, you don't compare a guy like that to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a beast.
And right here's the Michael Jordan of the sports betting world.
I take
There he
pride
is.
in that because I am the Michael
There
Jordan.
he
of this.
is.
Let me ask you a question and be honest. If Michael Jordan called you and was willing to help you shoot a jump shot, would you let him?
Hell yeah.
I'm the Michael Jordan of the business. Let me do my job. Let me take you over and beyond what you ever thought was possible in the sports business. As far as all this other shit here.
Yeah, let's get up and out of here, man.
Hey, listen.
Shout out Mary Tyler Moore passed away, Steve, at
Mary Tyler
age
Moore,
80.
Age 80. You were a superstar,
Rest in
legendary
peace,
actress.
Mary.
Everybody loved you. Everybody knows about her. But you talk about people not knowing anybody. You think any of Steph Curry's fans know Mary Tyler Moore?
Probably not.
Abso-fucking-lutely not. But like I said, true icon, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Dick Van Dyke, great girl, great person, great woman for Hollywood. Madonna goes too far with her comments.
Fuck Madonna.
Talking about blowing up the Hollywood. Madonna, just keep
Madonna
sucking.
said she's going to blow up the fucking White House.
Yeah, the Madonna, the only thing that you're going to blow is another 1,000 dicks.
Yeah.
But right now, sweetie, you're getting to the point and so old where a basketball player doesn't even want your lips on their dick. I mean, there was a time where Dennis Rodman took some head from you and this, that, and the other. But when you can't get a guy like Dennis Rodman to take head from you, you know you're getting a little too old. So do me a favor, Madonna. Shut the fuck up. Go back to your palace, spend that $500 million that you have, and find some young kid to fuck the shit out of you and just shut the fuck up.
Let me say one thing about this, Steve, because to me this is kind of important, okay? You can't go around fucking saying you're going to blow up the fucking White House. Okay?
Without repercussions.
Yeah, I mean, listen, lock this bitch up, make an example out of her. That is a fucking felony. That's a major fucking crime. You're threatening the president. You're saying you're going to blow up the fucking White House. Okay? You got to make a statement out of this bitch. You got to make an example out of this cunt, and you got to lock her up, period.
No doubt about it. I say Kenny's girl sucking
Get the
cock.
fuck out of here. Go back to England.
I make a statement about Kenny's girl sucking cock in a motherfucking tractor trailer, and I'm getting hauled off to jail.
Unbelievable.
This bitch is talking about fucking blowing up the White House.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck is going on here?
It ain't fair.
It really isn't.
Listen, I'm sorry, but if I'm out there saying I'm going to blow up the fucking White House, running around saying, I'm going to blow up the White House, I've been thinking about it over and over.
If it was me, I'd be in
The
jail.
Secret Service would be on my ass. The FBI would be locking me the fuck up.
If I said it on the podcast, we'd be in jail by Friday.
Right, absolutely. Lock this bitch up.
Today is Friday. By tomorrow.
Yeah, lock this bitch up. Make an example out of her. Put her away for a little while.
Definitely.
And
you know why? Madonna.
And let these people know you can't go around saying shit like that.
Trump set the tone and said it with Madonna because she'd probably be some good pussy for some of them old bitches that have been locked up for 40 fucking years. Some of them lifer bitches.
Woo.
Some of them Marilyn Manson bitches. Charlie Manson's hoes.
Yeah.
Some of them Charles Manson hoes that were beautiful back in the day.
Oh, they'd like a piece
Wanted
of Madonna.
to suck Madonna's pussy if they ever got out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put her in the same cell with old fucking Marguerite fucking Jensen.
Put her in the same cell. Oh, with Manson's chicks.
They'll have a field day with her pussy.
Oh, my God.
Because, I mean, in that prospect, she's probably got some fire.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and to be honest with you, Madonna probably does have the best 60-year-old pussy on the planet out there.
The best, hashtag the best 60-year-old pussy.
It's just a matter of who would take it.
However, you got to go away for this bitch. You can't do shit like that.
No, you
okay?
can't. No, you
I got
can't.
one last thing to say, Steve.
Go ahead.
The ACC Conference Game of the Year goes this Saturday, if you haven't heard. And if you don't give us a call and make some money this weekend, pad that bankroll for Super Bowl Sunday. Play some basketball with us this week. The college basketball's been on fire. The hockey totals are hitting at an unbelievable rate. If I told you the percentage, you wouldn't even believe me. Give us a call. Let's make some money. Let's get it started with the ACC Conference Game of the Year this Saturday. Let's go pad that bankroll for Super Bowl Sunday. Steve, take us the fuck out of here.
Buddy, you had the excitement that I needed you to bring because, like I said, I'm under the weather, and you just hyped me up. I'm ready to go get on the phone and sell it myself. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, just like Skip said, Super Bowl is next week. The town is getting packed. I got clients coming in. We're having a major fucking party being sponsored by the biggest casino, and yes, we will let you guys know about it next week and where it's at. All of our fans and clients, everybody knows you are all invited. We're going to have the fucking time of the year, but Super Bowl's a day for amateurs. Super Bowl's a day for mom and pops, grandma, grandpa, the dope dealer, the guy that works in the car wash. All the money makers are betting college basketball right now. That's where all the money is. NBA is in full effect. Like I said, hockey totals is making more money right now than anything. It doesn't matter if you like the sport. It doesn't matter if you have a passion for it. We're not here to impress you. We're here to make you money. So it really doesn't matter if it's a cockroach race or a pissing contest. As long as I got the information and it pays, that's all that matters. Everybody always looks to me for inspiration. They look to me for swagger. They always look to ask me how I'm so positive because, like I said, guys, I feel like death right now. I got shot in the chest three times 13 years ago, and I almost feel as bad as that. But I always keep a smile face. I know how to keep going and stay professional. So the only advice people ask me how to stay motivated, inspirational, or how to keep my swagger, always reinvent yourself. Always look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm going to get it done today. I'm going to be the best I could possibly be. I'm not going to take no for an answer, and I'm going to get it done. If you don't have a job that you love, tell yourself, I'm going to go find a job I do like. Or if you don't like the money that the job's making and you don't like the job, have a positive attitude while you do it, and you can excel in that job. Be positive at whatever it is you do in life. Always reinvent yourself. Always look positive. Always look for the new. Change is a good thing, and I want to change you, and I want to change your bank account. I'm the most feared sports bettor in the world in a $1 billion industry. I don't want the players to be the only ones to get paid. Let me change your life. I can help you, and I can, and I will. On the behalf of VIP Sports Las Vegas and myself and the Big Skipper, see you, wouldn't want to be you. And remember, don't let the players be the only ones to get paid. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
I love you. See you, wouldn't want to be you.
One game, but we never lose twice. The money talks too much. I can't sleep at night. I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put a $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Bobby. Hearing that.